All right. So, welcome to a special edition of Augmented Teachings, October Halloween edition. So, I'm here with Brandi, and one of the things I always get with being an N.D.E researcher
Mhm.
is UFOs and aliens, right? And ghosts.
Ooh, I can't wait for that episode.
So, we're going to talk about ghosts.
Yay.
And we're going to cover that right now.
Mhm.
So, yes, ghosts do exist.
They do.
Yes, we will start with the light ones first.
Okay.
Level 1 ghosts.
All right.
So a lot of times people don't realize this, but when you return back home, you can relive any part of your life that you have just had
Mhm.
or previous lives.
Right.
So think of your life as a Blu-ray when you get back home, and you can replay it and have those experiences whenever you want.
Mhm.
Sometimes we use those experiences to learn in classroom settings
Mhm.
where you maybe had failed at a certain situation in your growth, and then you were successful, and it showed what it took to get to that successful situation.
So you're replaying those, right?
We're replaying those.
Mhm.
And sometimes we just play experiences that are mundane, but they were good for us at that moment. And sometimes you'll see these ghosts walking through in period attire. You'll be, wearing Western clothes or 1800 clothes or 1600 clothes,
Mhm.
right? Because they're just reliving an experience, whether it be dramatic or just mundane, going in and grabbing a beer in the bar. You never know what it is, but people can relive them. And sometimes there's a veil thin enough to where people can see that.
Mhm. That was my next question.
Right. And sometimes they'll be like, oh, somebody came up next to me out of the corner of my eye. And as soon as I turned, they were gone.
Mhm.
That is where sometimes the veil is just thin enough, or somebody's not paying attention directly, giving direct focus to it, and they're actually able to sense that spirit reliving that moment.
Mhm.
So that's the level 1 ghost. All right. That's one just reliving an experience. There's level 2, and that would be like a shadow person. Now, a shadow person is still here on this planet. It's still here. A lot of times with the way religious dogma and some overzealous preachers have misled certain souls into believing that they're going to be punished by God for any wrongful action that they may have had during their life, that they won't even go into the light. They're too afraid, not realizing that God's love is unconditional and they aren't judged. We're here to learn and make mistakes. They don't know that, and they stay here. That soul is still on this planet, has not gone into the light. That's why it's actually able to interact with others through their energies and through their intents. They can open cupboard doors. You can actually see a shadow. They're not reliving a previous moment in their life. They're actually still here. Through the misconception that going to the light would be punishment for them in some way or some fashion.
So they're like tied here because they don't want to go, quote unquote, there.
Right. Right. And sometimes they have to be coerced to go.
Mm-hmm. There are people that can assist with that.
There are people. Now, the third type is what we would call an evil entity or demon. Now, God does not create these. They weren't fallen angels or anything like that. But we as humans, our souls are pieces of God with an amazing amount of power we just don't realize sometimes. As prayer and meditation and mindfulness work in positive ways, you can also put negative intent and malicious intent into form.
And that's the lowest vibration.
People have done spells, or groups of people have done spells or manifestations of their own malevolence and created something that is truly evil, taking the worst intentions of themselves and creating something by themselves or together with a group to create this being, this entity. And they do exist, and they do float around looking for things to do or places to go and people to coerce. These entities usually vibrate at the same frequency, very low, so they tend to coalesce together. So a lot of times when people are like, oh, this person was possessed, but they was possessed by like 5 or 6 different demons. Yeah, because birds of feather flock together, and they were created at lower vibrations, so they stay together. So yes, they do exist, and that's how they work in the short term, because I'm just trying to do this as a little fast recap. But if you want to know more, please join us at Augmented Teachings. We have a new video up every and Spotify. We also have a podcast up every Sunday at 6 a.m. where we can talk more, because I think our next one will be on heaven and hell. We'll do a deep dive on that and give it the full amount of time that is needed for that.
Sounds good.
All right. Have a good one, Brandi.
Thanks, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.